Sister, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Father.
Yeah, so tell us, who is Sister Gifty Blewu?
Thank you very much, and I am honored to be on the show today. As a teacher and someone who is also very connected to nature, it is my hope that everyone all over the globe will try our best to care for Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is crying out because of our indiscriminate activities towards her and how our lands are just being destroyed because of illegal activities, and in Ghana popularly known as Galamsey.
So welcome to Capsule Talk Show. Today we're going to interview one of our own. She is a motivator, she is a teacher, she is a religious. I don't want to say much about her. She'll be introducing herself to us today. Without much ado, I invite Reverend Sister Gifty Blewu to the show. Sister, you're welcome.
Thank you so much, Father.
Yeah, so a lot of people out there, the followers, our subscribers all over the world are watching you. They would like to know you. So tell us, who is Sister Gifty Blewu?
Thank you very much, and I am honored to be on the show today. My name is Sister Gifty Blewu, SMMC. I belong to the Institute of the Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Church, Whole Diocese, Ghana. I am an educator, a teacher, a sister communicator, and a vocation promoter for my religious congregation.
That's wonderful. So this show, some of you, if you can recall, we invited a lot of sisters from Calvary, passionate sisters to this show. So those watching us, they'll be wondering like, oh, which one is Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Church? So if you help us go a little bit deep into that.
Thank you. The Institute of the Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Church was founded some 53 years ago by Most Reverend Anthony Conings, SMA. And it's an indigenous congregation with our apostolate into teaching, healing, or the health sector, and social and pastoral apostolates of the Catholic Church. We work specifically in Ghana. We work in the Whole Diocese, Jasikan Diocese, Ketakachi Diocese, and we also work in the Donkokrum Vicariate. We have some sisters on mission at the United States of America, and basically you will find us in classrooms, health centers. We have sisters who are into sewing the vestments that we use, liturgical vestments we use in the church, those who sew our habits, and others who are into catechesis, and any activity or work that is at the disposal of the church, we are available to assist in propagating the faith.
Thank you very much. So that is your charism, yes. The charism of the congregation. Yes. Okay. Basically, is it for only women or men can also join? You have a space for men as well?
Women.
For women.
Women religious.
Okay.
And we are indigenous sisters, not an international congregation. So as I mentioned, we mostly work in Ghana, and the opportunity has come for some of our sisters to go to the States to work.
Okay. And let's take it for instance that someone is watching us from maybe Botswana, someone South Africa, United States, all over, and they want to be part of your congregation. Would you say that because it's not in Ghana, so cannot join the congregation?
Not at all.
Okay.
The congregation is open to young girls who are discerning and are willing to live the consecrated life, open to the vow of poverty, chastity, and obedience. So it is open to all, without any tribal lines. It's open to everyone, specifically Catholics, who are willing to work for God in this way of life. Okay,
so now that you are here, we'll give you the chance, also the platform to promote vocation. So someone watching us said, so how can I join? The qualification? Well, how do I go about it?
Okay, for us as Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Church, to be eligible to join us, you should be 18 years and above, a practicing Catholic young girl who has completed her second cycle education, tertiary, or even working, and is ready to undergo formation to become a religious sister in our institute. The young lady should also be free from any marriage bonds and is ready morally and physically sound to avail herself for formation. And throughout the formation, we learn about the institute, charism, because many also come not knowing what exactly they may want to do. And it's not just wearing the habit, but you have to spread the gospel through the works that we do. So throughout the formation and the discernment process, one is able to identify through the help of our formators what you wish to be. But basically, our life as Sisters of Mary Mother of the Church is to pray. Prayer is the first and foremost way of life that we are called to before any other apostolate that we find ourselves in. And Mary, Mother of the Church, is our model. So we have a Marian spirituality. We pray and seek her intercession to also have the virtues that she exhibited. And through her intercession, we are also able to help other people who we meet every day in our field of work also to know God.
So what about the age group?
From 18 years and above. We know sometimes people also have late vocation, but before such people also are received, we have investigation to know the reason why it took them that long to make the decision. So it is open to any young girl who is willing, a Catholic young girl ready to respond to the call of God in this way of life.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So if you are hearing us, we interview Sister Gifty Blewu Anastasia. She belongs to the congregation of Mary Mother of the Church here in Diocese, Ghana, West Africa. So we just try to clarify a few things about her congregation and what it stands for. Thank you. So you entertaining the idea at first that you want to join this congregation. What actually triggered that?
Thank you for the question. I would say it has been a dream from childhood.
Okay.
And from a Catholic home, it has always been my joy to avail myself to work in the church. So as I was growing up, I had the opportunity to be in a group called Children of Mary in the central region of Ghana, Asimfosu specifically. And as Children of Mary, we had animators who were teaching us and grooming us in the faith. From time to time, we are guided to learn about the lives of the saints. And from there, many people, and then for a hospital at the time, at St. Francis Xavier Hospital, we had sisters who were working in the hospital. So gradually you hear many young people aspiring to that way of life, and that has been a motivation for me. So it was a childhood grooming and dream, and my parents were also open to my decision to become a religious one day, and they also guided me towards that path until I found myself in the Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Church.
A resistance from the parents?
Not at all.
First, okay, so they accompanied, like some of us that will say, no. So they gave you all the support needed.
My parents were very open to my choice.
Okay, so the year, which year did you join?
I joined the Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Church to start my formation in January 2007. I had the opportunity to have 1 year of living experience. That experience has to be you go to stay with the sisters in a particular community or convent, study their way of life. They will also understudy you. You get to know the apostolates they are involved in. I had the opportunity to stay with the sisters who were living in Ketekrachi, Jessica Diocese. They were mostly teachers in the community, so I had the opportunity to also learn what they were doing. I joined them for prayers, we cook, we eat our meals together. The community life, as I may embrace someday, was what I learned from them. I also had the opportunity to work in the Mater Ecclesia School in Sokode Bogame as a caretaker, grooming the young ones, always with them when they need to be in the dining hall on time, at prayers. Mostly I spent time in their library because I had a visual art background. I helped in the preparation of teaching learning materials, and many of them who encountered to find out what we were doing, were we just teachers, we had the opportunity also to tell them we were aspiring to become sisters. So from there in 2007, we were received, 7 of us, into the postulancy, the initial formation of the institute, and then we were taken through series of learning, formation, how to live in community, share with people you have not met before, how to relate with each other. Then we had also the opportunity to be received into the novitiate, where we received the habit for the first time and stayed indoors to stay in the formation house, the novitiate, to have that grooming, until we also had the opportunity to go back into the community for community experience of 3 months. At the time, we had the opportunity to move to 3 different communities for our community experience, so that the reports from the various communities will vary for our formators to know how and whether the formation we are receiving is actually going through, until December 2009, when I took my temporal professional vows. From there, you continue with the various apostolates you wish to, and also the formators who understudy you to know. For all you know, sometimes people come hoping they want to be nurses, but with time, you may be very strong in the teaching apostolate or any other apostolate that the congregation is involved. So from there, I had the opportunity to go to the teacher training college in Akachi. And afterwards, I had my first mission to the Keta RC Convent School, where I taught basic school children in primary 4 and 3 before I went for further studies. So it's a journey from year to year. You have the opportunity to renew your vows because you are discerning. And then I had the opportunity to take my final vows in September 2019.
Okay, thank you very much. So now, those of you watching us, she decided to help you. If you have the whole, maybe entertaining the idea that you want to join them, and she has taken you through step by step how it works in their congregation. So she just walked us through that, and thank you for that. And so as you were talking, we've realized that you are a teacher. You are a teacher. So tell us a bit about that. And where are you teaching now?
Okay. Currently, I'm a teacher in Ola Senior High School, Ho, in the Volta region, Ghana. I teach English language and literature in English as an elective subject in the school. I equally assist the chaplaincy in teaching songs when time allows, and also anytime I have the opportunity to interact with the students, because I am also a past student of the school, so I form part of the general school community, and it's an opportunity to also groom the young ones that are under our care. Okay, so how is it like you said that Ola happened to be your alma mater, so how is it like now you coming back to your roots, and working in the same place or at the same place that groomed you, that formed you? How is it like? Well, it feels good to be back home to work and impact the knowledge that I have in the young generation, those who have come after I left school some 18, 19 years ago. It is also a joy also to have the opportunity to teach teach in a single-sex school, all girls school, because it is presumed and believed that you understand the psychology of the young girls because you have gone through that process. So it is a joy to come back and to give to where I have received training. And it is not an easy formation because of the generational gap also, because the young people under our care are complex, so to speak, compared to when we also went through the system. So it is a daily journey with the young girls to know how best one can groom them, and also for them to understand where we stand or come from, because sometimes the conflict in understanding the one imparting the grooming or the formation, how that is received, is also a difficulty or a challenge sometimes. So it's a daily and constant effort to make sure that one does not just relax, but always be interested to form the young people under your care. So now, as you said, that it's not easy, especially looking at the generational gap you've said, and then maybe some of the few stuff coming from GES, Ghana Education Service, in the process of forming. Have you some of the challenges that you have faced so far, executing your responsibility as a teacher and at the same time as a role model for them? It's very challenging, and to say a national affair also, because being in a mission school and working hand in hand with the policies that the Ghana Education Service also bring on board can sometimes be at conflict. Basically, I want to comment on discipline. And many people who have gone through mission schools will know how the missionaries will always want the right thing to be done. That is not to say that the policies are against the mission schools, but there are many of them. If they are not actually blend well, it becomes very difficult, because what the church and the state actually seeks to achieve will be at conflict. So many a time disciplinary issues become a problem, because now the issue of human rights becomes it's at the forefront of everything. And also trying to ensure that the right thing is done may be another situation that the right of the other person may be infringed upon. So it's a daily struggle to see how best the church and the state can come together and make sure that the policies that are coming each and every day actually is in the best interest of the learners, or in the long term, the future, how will it be able to help them, so that whatever formation they receive today, they can actually boast or stand tall and say they really went through formation, instead of always hiding behind human rights, and then the right things are not actually done all the time.
If I may ask, is there a situation where personally in executing you make sure that the right thing is done? As a Catholic educator, maybe it kind of leads into something else?
It's every day. The temptations are every day. There is one concrete code on corporal punishment.
Okay.
And many a times one is quick to resort to that punishment, instead of seeking other, or maybe resorting to other means of correcting learners. So it has to be a challenge of corporal punishment meted out to students, and now the policy actually demands that there should be other means of punishment. But most of the time, what one feels will be there and there, what should be done becomes the best option, but it is not in the best interest of all. So that has always been the challenge. You may want to correct students there and there, and that can also lead you into trouble, because the policy is guarding you, the teacher, though you are not to mete out corporal punishment, but obeying that code of conduct will also save you. And then the one you are actually helping to groom should also, you may find the best ways of correcting such a student or a learner. So sometimes it becomes difficult resorting to or looking for other best corrective measures to take, instead of resorting to corporal punishment, and that is a challenge.
Thank you very much. So how long have you been here, your alma mater, so far?
I've been teaching in Ola Senior High School for the past 4 years.
Okay. So can you tell us, maybe so far, it means that you have imparted so much on some of the students?
Yes.
Have there been a case where they called you and say, hey, you have done this to me, and you feel like, yeah, I'm ready to be part of your story?
It's always a joy, because many of them who, not many, so to speak, others that you meet are happy, saying, sister, thank you. We thought you were so hard on us, but we are happy where we are. We have learned a lot from you, and we are grateful. And that is so gratifying to me. Not necessarily what the student or your past student will give you is what you'll be expecting, but the mere simple words they say to you, that God bless you, sister, we thought you were so hard on us, but we went to tertiary, or we are working at different places, and then we now acknowledge that what we were actually hammering on is what is expected of us in the job market or in the industrial space. That becomes a joy. Many also call and share with you what they actually aspired to do, how you guided them, advise them to choose options that can be lasting in the future. Could also call. I can joyfully or proudly mention one, Rahina, to a head girl we had in the school, who was actually into law, and today she found herself in the law school, and will always appreciate teachers who had actually journeyed with her, because in school she was in the debating club and had the opportunity to attend the moot court competition, which is a miniature court proceedings debate. And that has really become a pace setting for her, that when she even found herself in the university, she was the best oralist at the time, because she had a foundation. So many of them, even those who you may be so hard on them, so strict on them, sometimes you are surprised when they are leaving school finally, they look for you and come to say, thank you, sister, I'm leaving Ola, but I'll remember you for all that you did for me. And that is so fulfilling and gratifying.
So basically, if you're watching us there and you are a student, sometimes you may not understand, when you're trying to shape you, try to tell you certain things, discipline you, sometimes you think that they are not being fair. As you are hearing from sister, it's part of the journey, it's part of the process. So you have to take that in good faith. You, with time, you try to understand what is the future of education. And what role do you think educators should play in realizing that or shaping that future?
Yeah, the future of education is bright because educators or teachers are equally stakeholders in the planning of new curriculum or any other plans or policies that there is. But if educators or teachers are taken out of the decision-making process, I think that would be a serious error in the lives of our education in future. So educators should not be overlooked or undermined because we are actually on the ground and know the changes that are occurring or we are facing in the field. So if we are taken out entirely, then we can surely say that education in the future or what we are actually planting today will be a bad seed we are planting in the future will be a sour one for us. So educators should always be part of the planning of the new curriculum and policies that there is.
So there should always be a collaboration between those making the policies and those at the grassroots.
Yes.
Okay, so thank you very much for that. Thank you. So we know that you are a nun, and being a nun, how do you approach what you do? How does that influence who you are, influence what you do in the classroom? Basically.
Myself, as a religious in the classroom, the daunting task on me is to teach, but not just like any other teacher, because I have a special calling to impart knowledge, and the knowledge I impart should be in love. So I should carry all learners along and not be in a rush to say that even if only 2 or 3 understand, that I must go on. So Christ is our model, and as we have embraced to journey with him and follow him in the classroom, it is a call to me also to impart knowledge and impart it fully, making sure that I carry each learner along and not just discriminate, seeking out for the intelligent students and leaving those who are struggling to catch up. So it is a daily reminder to me that I am a teacher, but I am not just a teacher. I have to impart knowledge and impart it fully. So
that being said, it means that you provide also spiritual guidance to learners.
Yes.
We don't want to ask you how you go about that because it's going to be a different story altogether. So those watching you, those that you are training, and those that are watching us from afar, and they would love to journey, what would be your advice to them? To be like you?
Yeah.
What would be your advice to them?
Religious life is a beautiful life. This year, I celebrate 15 years in this life, and I will never say it has been a moment of regret. It is a joy. So I encourage everyone, young girls out there who really want to follow this way of life, to actually make the bold step. It is a discernment process. Some also come and along the line, they are able to discover their real identity and do not even continue the formation. But whatever they learn in the formation house becomes a tool, a skill they carry throughout their life. So this life is a beautiful life, living in community with other people, learning about human beings and how to relate with them. And that makes us or put us at a good standing also to work with other people, because community life has become part of us. And when we meet people out there, we know how to relate with them and relate with them well. So I encourage everyone, young girls out there who really want to respond to this way of life. And if you have any choice, come to the Sisters of Mary, Mother of the Church.
Thank you very much. They say life is like riding a bicycle. You have to maintain the balance in order to move forward. So how do you try to balance everything? You being a teacher, counselor, and all of that. How do you actually maintain that balance so that you don't break down, have burnout? Yeah. How do you do that?
As a sister, I do not work all day. We have a routine that we run every day. So even as I teach, I have a timetable I run. There is time to pray, there is time to work, there is even time for recreation. And that is why at the close of day, we gather as a community and share our experiences. It is very renewing. We also have time for spiritual retreat when we have to leave our place of work for a number of days, 5-6 days, for spiritual nourishment, and then we are energized to come back. So that has been the balance. It is not all work throughout. There is time to pause and pray, time to rest, time to hang out with friends, visit, have home visitations if there need be, and that has always been what is keeping me to do my work.
So what is the motivation? What is keeping you going?
Well, it's the grace of God. It's the grace of God. And sometimes if you don't find fulfillment in what you do, that is when frustration sets in. I am happy, I'm an educator, and I have the special skill to communicate with people as a sister communicator. I have the opportunity also to reach out to people, young girls who want to join the religious life. So when the opportunity is given, I move out of my working area for vocation drives, and that keeps me moving. It's a joy.
Okay. So if you're watching us, she happened to be my classmate also. She happened to be my classmate at the junior high school. So some of you call it junior secondary school. So we were in class together. Very, very brilliant lady. And then she went on even to the universities, taking all the awards. And so that is Sister Gifty for you. So what would be your final words to our people out there?
As a teacher and someone who is also very connected to nature, it is my hope that everyone all over the globe will try our best to care for Mother Earth, because Mother Earth is crying out because of our indiscriminate activities towards her, and how our lands are just being destroyed because of illegal activities, and in Ghana popularly known as galamsey. It is my hope that we will try as much as possible to reduce plastic waste, resort to activities that will be good to Mother Earth, so that when we leave one day, the next generation will also have a space to inhabit. So I pray that we all take good care of our environment, do away with deforestation, burning waste all the time, and resort to activities that can help us to live the world that God has given us to the full, so that others can also benefit.
Thank you very much. So basically, stop galamsey and make sure that you practice Laudato Si. What do you think will be your question for our next guest?
What role will the person play to make our Catholic identity really felt in mission school like Ola Senior High School? Because I foresee the Catholic population of students is dwindling. Even Catholic teachers on staff is not encouraging. What can we do as a church, individuals, groups, to make sure that our Catholic institutions do not just die or just bear the name, whereas we have people or the community not being Catholic? That is what I want him to address.
I would like to thank Sister for coming to the show and sharing her life with us. I think you have learned a lot. You've been entertained. What about those who want to contact you, especially would like to be part of your congregation? Do you have the contacts?
Yes. For now, I would give my contacts. We have a vocation directress in the person of Sister Victorine Dokenu. When you contact me, I will actually link you to her. So my contact number is 054-649-2439.
As you can see on the screen there, so that is the number there. So thank you, Sister, for coming. We wish you all the best in your journey, in your ministry. I will continue praying for you. Thank you. Please continue praying for religious sisters and us. Once again, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm grateful.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment below. You want to share something with us, you want to know more about their congregation or anything that we have discussed today, just leave that in the comment section below. And thanks for watching us today. Till we come your way, peace.